The second story in the World Famous Inanimates is called 1 Cent. Hope you enjoy. Miss Abby Descartes, so charming was she, stood 5 feet tall, was age 83, and walked with great reason the store on the corner. No matter the season, her coat kept her warmer. "What shall I buy?" Wondering as she walked in, so much came to mind but little to spend. Round a bend down the aisle for a can of green peas, then to the register. "That'll do, please," said the clerk. 99 cents, not one more or less. Abby handed $1. "It's my last, I confess." The buck, ripe with pride, changing hands, blurted out, "For this very purpose, worldwide, without doubt, well known for procurement of goods and of chattel, and like worthless pennies that jingle and rattle." The clerk glanced at the bill, all wrinkled and faded. Pop! Register opened, a coin nursery awaited. The clerk slid the dollar face down in its slot and picked up 1 penny, much less than a lot. How does so much end up leaving so little? But now was no time to unravel such riddles. Humble and meek, the penny switched hands into Abby's purse is where he would land. Then, with her peas held close to her coat, Abby bid many thanks her penny in tote. With no place to go and no one to visit, a glorious day, the park, I can't miss it. For no one but Abby knew what she predicted. Her rent money stolen, she'd soon be evicted. But rather than focus on trouble and worry, she went on her stroll without any hurry. Approaching the park, she came to a fountain, majestic streams as though from a mountain. Then with one peak, countless coins to be found, all silence in the pool, nor utterance nor sound. She thought of a penny tucked away in her purse, then reached for him and said, "In here is no worse. I'm afraid your services I cannot employ. With your kind, at bare minimum, you deserve to find joy." It was reasonable of her as so to decide. She took her penny, stared at both sides. The head was tarnished with grime and with soot, the tail trampled by a boot in its foot. Abby couldn't help thinking sweet her penny seemed. As she held him out, he twinkled and beamed. "Thank you for such kindness, one I've gone without. Our time has been brief, but I'll never pout. Such treasures as found in your heart are the best. Not silver, not gold can match what you've blessed. May we meet once again for a moment to share." The penny wished as she cast him high in the air. He flipped and flew, then came splashing down into the pond, but he did not drown, sinking to a world many an unfulfilled wish, where coins seemed to shimmer like scales on a fish. The penny found himself surrounded by change, hundreds, no thousands, denominations and range. From pennies like him to nickels and dimes, quarters far fewer, all biding their time. Caught up in the chatter, contrast and compare, but our little penny was not one to dare. While many ignored, far more with cruel eyes. "Who's this grimy cent?" So our penny replied, "From the day I was minted, unmerited clout, they branded me lucky, whether you believe me or doubt." "Lucky? More like hapless is what we have here. Off with you now." He withstood their jeers, and began squirming through the pile and the masses like plodding through a pool of molasses. "Excuse me, sorry," was all he could whisper, searching for a corner. "Pardon me, mister." The surly slick quarter, still shiny and clean, gave an about face. His mug was so mean. "What's with the bumpin'? Watch where you're headed." "I never meant harm. To you I'm indebted." "Looky here, fellas, another worthless cent, not even enough to cover one's rent. Trying to hang with the high rollers. What others call loot, you're the lowest of all, of trivial repute. Speak up if we're wrong, or affirm false or true, for here rank and file assume no value." "Brother, you said it, and I wish to be known that into this pool I found myself thrown. But a love that I lived, if just for a dash, could never be bought with coin or with cash." "How dare this runt penny talk back with such gall? We're connected to many, spend time at the mall. What have you done throughout circulation? Get stuck in gum and stir speculation? Your kind is endangered. What, more likely extinct?" Other pennies joined in. "What's more, you sure stink." No one in the fountain whom he could call friend, with dreams to join his fair maiden again. The days came and went, the nights were so cold, our little Lucky ostracized and unsold. For what was the lot of a penny whose telling futile in the process, buying and selling? With none to back him, not even his kin, he was made not of gold or of silver or tin. And still of this Lucky was ever so certain, there had to be more than finding his worth, and life must be greater than dollars and cents. But what was the use of trying to vent? No one would listen. He felt round as a square and a million away from the next millionaire. Then one day, as the sun shined so bright, this was the day coming after the night, when the pool would be drained, all monies collected via armored car to the bank and inspected, in hopes of returning to a world of exchange, removed from their history the title estranged. Our little Lucky praised, "Today is the day, at least at the store I pretended some say," as the man came down with his shovels and nets, scooping out coins and water from jets. Then into the filter colander for currency. "To the bank!" they all pled with notice of urgency. Not a coin appeared missed, even Chile coin queso, no matter that he was only a peso. The money collector glanced around to be sure Lucky was next. Of this felt secure as the man swung his shovel. Our penny clung on. From here ever onward, nothing more would go wrong. And just as the scoop was dumped to the strainer, fate befell Lucky no sooner a stranger. He fell not within and surely without, all the way to the floor, stuck in the walk's grout. "Hey, you forgot me!" cried our poor little friend. The others, except Chili, just mocked him again. "You get what is coming!" They finally retorted. From the true lucky ones was our penny deported. Soon it was over, the cavalcade gone. Little Lucky wished he was back in the pond. At least there he'd avoid being printed by shoes or sandals, big boots that made him feel like a loser. No sooner did he think this when, to his wonder, his long-lost friend from whom he went asunder meandered back to that place without pause, sensing joy without answers to her calamitous cause. The penny shouted, "Hello, hi, remember me?" Miss Abby Descartes got down to one knee. Noticing her penny, without much ado, she dusted him off and said, "How are you? Did you not fancy being inside that fountain? It was good, but to be frank, I was actually counting on the day where we may meet once, maybe more. Perhaps enjoy passing through another fine store, like the one where we met and you found me to be. And oh, by the way, did you enjoy your peas?" Abby had no clue what the penny had said, but she smiled while regarding the filth on his head. "It appears you could use a polish and shine to remove all this crust, perhaps most of this grime. If I take you home, I believe you'd be fine. What's more, I'm thinking that you should be mine." So Abby took Lucky home for the day she had left. Without once complaining, she fell victim to theft. Placed Lucky in a cup, gave him a good bath, and soon after discovered the rarity she had. Under conditions that seemed almost clinical, Lucky admitted, "This is my first physical." "It's official," said the expert with the tongs in his lens. Lucky was just happy to be among friends. Imprinted on him the year 1943, pure copper authenticated his pedigree. And into the smith for all eyes to see, no more a grain of sand lying next to the sea, with Morgan's Continentals and Brasher doubloons. Pen Pike, half eagles, how could he presume to belong to such ranks esteemed and established? "I'm still just a penny, so little accomplished." But failing to realize in all his excitement of great imaginings was not just a figment. Unlike that fable of the girl in her sock, let no one deny, in this world money talked. Though Lucky lived commuting from K's to 11's, Abby remained certain he came down from heaven, no more a mere penny worth barely a cent. Sweet Lucky was worth a lifetime of rents.